Welcome to today's live video. My name is May Doldalau, and today we're going to talk about DIY, build and balance your investment portfolio. So like I said, my name is May Doldalau, and the blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com. So I do my lives every day on my blog. I embed this YouTube video I'm making right now on my blog live. But if you want to subscribe, which I highly recommend, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Creative Abundance Now, and then you'll get notifications exactly when I go live. But I do email my email list. So if you go to yesfinanciallyfree.com, if you're on Facebook, become a fan of the fan page, Finance Freedom Mastermind. So yesfinanciallyfree.com, if you go on the right side of the blog, put in your first name and your email address, you get on my email list, and then you'll know exactly when I'll be live. You will also get a free Working Parents Guide to Financial Freedom ebook. Okay, so that's absolutely free. Getting on my email list, and you can reply to any of my emails, and I respond. Yes, I'm actually good with email. So if you want to talk to me, if you want me to do a live on some specific topic you want me to do, just let me know. Anyway, so today we are going to talk about building and balancing investment portfolio. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I started out my journey in the financial world, I got into a ton of debt, okay? In my 30s, I got into all this debt, credit card debt. 8 different credit cards, personal lines of credit. I had no property, okay? Owed over $40,000 in credit card debt and different personal lines of credit in 2011. That was the worst it got. And in 2016, I paid it all off. Not only that, I improved our family's net worth by $500,000, and that was with we were making almost $500 a month in passive income. I quit my bank job. I was a banking assistant. It was a very nice job, but I wanted to be a full-time mother and continue doing internet marketing part-time. But I started also coaching clients in what I call Finance Freedom Masterminds, where people would get together with me on Zoom meetings every week, and we would get them to do what I did, which is create passive income while you pay off debt and increase your net worth all at the same time and become financially free as quickly as possible. So a lot of my clients used to work jobs. Well, they don't work jobs. One of them owns an investment property now and has his own business. Another girl has her own business that's thriving. She's not able to pay her rent. Now she can pay her rent. There's a lot of different stories of clients that I've helped in my mastermind program. If you want to know more about that, it's at yesfinanciallyfree.com. But just so you understand, when I quit my job, my lifestyle changed dramatically, okay? That was in 2016 that I quit, right before Christmas, December 24th. We bought our first property in 2017, second 2018, sold and bought another in 2019. So we own 2 properties in Waikiki. I own multiple businesses with my husband. We have an Airbnb business in Waikiki. We went on 1 month of vacation in 2017, went on a cruise to Mexico, Washington, D.C. Not a cruise. We went to a cruise to Mexico, then we visited Washington, D.C., L.A., Toronto, Niagara Falls. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is to tell you that you can be horrible with money and get better. All right. So that's the whole point of that whole story, is to give you hope. I wasn't in a prestigious job. Okay. I was a banking assistant. I wasn't even a banker, just so you guys understand. So you can do this. And I started from scratch. Okay. My money knowledge was nil. I didn't start with an inheritance. I didn't start with anything. I started with debt. Okay. So you guys can make this happen. So today I'm going to talk about a really important topic, DIY, build and balance your investments. And the whole replay of this and a whole written description of this and all this instruction and everything I'm going to talk about today is on my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com. So definitely bookmark that, put it in your memory. It always has good information. And I broadcast live every weekday at 9:30 a.m. Hawaii time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I had a doctor friend call me yesterday. All right. He saw my live video on financial kindergarten to 4th grade. What grade are you? Right. And he realized that he's been in pre-K. Right? He wasn't even in kindergarten. And he's like, I didn't even know 4th grade existed. So what was 4th grade? You can go to my replay yesterday, but I'll tell you right now, 4th grade for me was learning how to build and balance my own investment portfolio. So what happened there is I don't pay any financial advisor to do it. I do it myself. Why did I do this? Not actually on purpose. Okay. I actually went out and tried to get financial advisors to build me a portfolio, an all seasons portfolio, right? But most of them wouldn't work with me unless I paid them a lot of money, way more than even like a huge chunk of what I would be investing. Like they wanted a huge fee, or they wouldn't work with me because we didn't have $500,000 or more to invest, right? So this is most of America, most people watching this, maybe you might not have enough money to work with a good fiduciary advisor, right? Because it's not worth their time. They have to charge a certain fee amount. You don't make enough for them to get enough value from you. So they don't want to help you, or they tell you basically to do something else. Maybe automated advising or something, robo advising or something. So I wanted to build the all seasons portfolio. Now, if you don't know what that is, I have blog posts about it. I will put a link in my blog today, but basically it's an allocation that was recommended in a book by Tony Robbins. All right. Tony Robbins wrote this book, Money Master the Game. And in it, he talks about Ray Dalio, who's this amazing genius. And he recommends the all seasons portfolio. And the average earnings was 9.72% for many, many years. And it doesn't fluctuate like the stock market crashing, booming, and all this. And it seemed perfect, ideal. Tony Robbins recommended it, right? So I wanted to do it. And I went through all the resources in his book, I even contacted the fiduciary advisors he recommended his book. And none of them would do the all seasons for me, okay? It was amazing. They're like, well, we'll just put it in index funds for the general stock market, and that's all we'll do for you. And I was like, okay, so how do I build all seasons? So I had to do it myself. All right, so that's why I know how to build and balance an investment portfolio. I just did it myself. I just read the book over and over, studied it, figured out what I had to do. 7.5% gold, 7.55% commodities, 15% intermediate U.S. Treasury bonds, 30% stocks, and 40% long-term U.S. Treasury bonds. That's the allocation. So I was like, okay, I'll figure it out myself. So I went with my mastermind. We figured out how to do it ourselves. One of my masterminds just ran with it, did his own. And I did it for my son first before I did it with my mastermind group. I started investing in it with my son in October. Then the stock market crashed in March, right? And that was the big test. And the amazing thing was it did great. Yeah, it only lost like 3 to 5%. I don't remember, something like that. When the stock market lost like 50% or whatever crazy number it was, my son's all seasons portfolio lost only like 3 to 5%. And then he regained it all really quickly. And now he's ahead. He didn't lose any money. People are still groaning that their portfolios are down 10, 20% right now, right? He's up. He didn't lose a thing. So the all seasons, once I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. So I put my husband's Roth IRA money in it. I went through the whole thing with my mastermind group. One of my mastermind members did it. Now I'm not recommending you do this necessarily, but I wanted to do it because of Tony Robbins' book. So if you have a portfolio you want to do, maybe it's all seasons, maybe it's something else, and you just don't know how to do it, I created a course. And I created this course also for my doctor friend, because he was like, I want to do it, right? I'm interested in this. And I'm like, well, I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm a coach. I am a finance freedom coach. I believe in empowering people to do it yourself, or get advisors to help you, of course. But, if you can't get an advisor, like in my case, do it yourself. Basically, put your freedom in your own hands. Learn enough about finances that you understand what's going on, right? And you can control your finances and figure out the best path for you, right? We are empowered. We are not victims, right? So if you want to know how to build and balance your own investment portfolio, I have a video training available now. It is in beta, which means I'm just creating it right now because this doctor called me and he was interested in something like this and I didn't have anything available. So I just created it, full price, $297, one-time video trainings, everything you need to know on how to build and balance your own investment portfolio. Now, if you're watching this on July 8th, 2020, I have a deal of $197, 1 month off, and a bonus. You get access to me on Zoom office hours, which is basically I'm on Zoom live. If you have any questions on how to build your portfolio, I'm there to help you for a whole year. So if you're interested in that, go to the blog, click the link, and pay the $197 now before you can't anymore and it runs out. Aloha, and thank you for being on this live today. Thank you so much for being a